This week's question is something about someone who doesn't want monogamy in the relationship, someone who wants multiple partners, someone who wants their person to actually make out with other girls while they're with them. It sounds like a controlling relationship. It sounds like something where the person isn't being valued in the relationship. If that sounds like something that might be you, or someone tries to control you in your relationship, this video will be for you. Let's go. Welcome to Ask Loz, the video series where I answer your manifestation questions about your specific person, money, whatever it is you want to manifest. So with Ask Loz, I answer any questions you send me via my website. You fill out a form, you tell me all about the situation, and you tell me a bit more about you and about your childhood, because that's the most important part, guys, because that's where I discover where your self-concept, your concept of yourself, your ideas of yourself came from. Because if you've been watching me before, you'll know that self-concept is what manifests. And if you don't tell me more about that, about your childhood, I'll have a hard time identifying where your self-concept came from. I'll figure out what it is, but it's good to know where it came from and why it's the way it is, so I can actually really deep dive and help you. And that's what this video series is about. So if you send me your Ask Loz question, you will also send me more about your childhood, and then I'll be able to delve more, give you specific affirmations and tools to be able to get you out of the situation you've got yourself in. So this week's question is this one. What belief am I stuck on? And it's good that she's asked me that. So she's not telling me about the situation. She's telling me about her own beliefs that are causing this. So she's obviously done my self-concept course and obviously followed me to know to ask that. That's great. Tick. What belief am I stuck on if my specific person is constantly begging me to be with women in front of him? I had to read that a couple of times to understand what she meant. So she's basically saying he's asking her, begging her to be with other women with him watching. They'll be in a relationship, but she's got to kiss other women or have sex with other women so he gets turned on in their own monogamous relationship, but he wants her to be with other women in front of him. And is not publicly committed to me. Oh, still not publicly committed to me. Okay, so he's still not publicly committed to her, but he's wanting her to do this stuff. Okay, not a great situation she's got herself in here, is it? Okay, let's read more. Something that keeps coming up is my specific person not moving in with me and committing to me, as well as him constantly telling me he wants to watch me with women. I adamantly have no interest in multiple partners, and sex to me is monogamous. He has started saying, if you make out with women, I'll live with you. If you do this, I'll do this. What kind of relationship does that sound like? That sounds like a controlling relationship. That sounds like the person has conditions. If you do this, then this will happen. Now, I wonder where she got this from, this idea that this is what love looks like. Let's delve into her childhood. Live with mum, dad, brother, twin. Often overlooked. I was the good kid. Never had super close relationships. Fear of people leaving and had to earn love and attention. So what's this guy doing? He's saying, if you do this, I'll give you this thing you want. If you do this for me, this thing I specifically want that you don't want, then you'll get what you want. Did this girl get what she wanted when she was younger? Were there conditions? Did she have to do things to get things? Did she have to do things to earn love and attention? Yes. Mum was controlling of everyone in the house, angry when people weren't spoiling her. This guy seems to get annoyed when she isn't giving him what he specifically wants. And what he specifically wants is a very specific fucking thing that most people in a relationship would say an adamant absolute no to, but he's decided that's okay and he wants what he wants, and if he doesn't get what he wants, she won't get what she wants. It sounds very familiar, doesn't it? We were treated like we were poor and needs not met. Well, this person has actually done my self-concept course, and one of her biggest fears is feeling like her needs won't be met. So that's very understandable, darling, that you feel that way. But also your other fear is fearing that the person will leave. It's a very high score too. So if your mum did things like pull love and attention away and only gave it to you if you gave her what she wanted, what did she threaten you with? Threaten you that she wouldn't be around, threaten you that she would leave, or actually threaten you with kind of a taking away of affection, attention, time, love. That's kind of emotional abandonment, and her abandonment score was very high, but sometimes you can feel like you're going to be abandoned emotionally, or you're literally not given what you want, and that feels like abandonment. It feels like the person's not even there for you emotionally, physically. They're not there. So therefore, it is a type of abandonment. So what is this girl doing? She's holding on to this person for dear life in her relationship, giving him, well, not yet what he wants, but maybe she's considering giving him what he wants, or she's sticking around in a relationship like this with a guy who would actually even request this. Why? What's she afraid of if she said an adamant no, or said, you know what, this relationship isn't working. This isn't the kind of thing I want in a relationship. I don't want someone who wants that. See you later. Why hasn't she done that? Because I would do that. So I want to know, why hasn't she done that? The answer's in her fears, because she's afraid if she says that, what will he do? He'll leave. So she's sticking around, maybe saying she's entertaining the idea, or not saying she's entertaining it, saying no, but she's still there. She's still there. And unfortunately, she's got herself in a controlling situation, a control dynamic, just like her mum was like, controlling her, taking affection away, giving it again. Giving love, taking it away. Getting angry, being fine. 1 minute good, 1 minute bad. I wonder if that's what her relationship is like with this person. I wonder why she feels it's okay to not be shown off yet and not be committed to. Why is that okay? When you're kind of ignored a bit as a kid and not given the emotional needs that you need, you're kind of used to not getting what you want. This girl is very used to not getting what she wants, to the point where this guy's even asking her to do something she doesn't want. It's all about him, isn't it? Just like it was all about her mum. If we didn't spoil her, she got angry. Kind of like if you didn't meet her demands, you didn't get the love. Well, if you don't meet his demands, you're not going to move in together. You're not going to get a commitment, are you? It's the same scenario, different person. So darling, what you've got to do is say, no one controls me. I'm in control of what happens to me. He loves me and only me. He only has eyes for me. He wants me completely and solely and totally and wholly, and he doesn't want anyone but me. No one compares to me, and I'm not going to compare myself to anyone else, because he doesn't want anybody else. The only person who fulfills him and sees him and loves him is me. He doesn't want anyone but me. He's satisfied with only me. Our relationship doesn't look like a relationship like that. It looks like a proper monogamous, committed relationship. That's the kind of relationship I want, and that's the kind of relationship he wants, and that's the kind of relationship we're in. Harmonious and committed and loved up and special, and I am special to him. That's the kind of thing you've got to say, darling, about the relationship dynamic and what you think he wants from you. Because if you keep saying that story that that's what he wants, that's what he'll fucking want. And that's not what you want. So stop giving into the idea that that's going to happen. I know you're not really entertaining it, but why are you staying there? The reason why you're staying is because you feel like if you say no, or you don't entertain it maybe, that he'll leave. Got to understand that's not what love looks like, darling. Someone holding a threat over your head and controlling you with something they want. That's not love. Love is fully committing to you, showing you off, being yours in front of the world, and only wanting you. And if that person can't do that, that's coming from you, unfortunately. And I'm not blaming you, but you've got to understand that your feelings of not getting your needs met, that your needs won't be met and you'll be left, basically making a situation happen where he's threatening you with leaving, or threatening you with not committing to you, or threatening you with, if you don't do this, I won't do this, in a kind of control situation, because you're so used to that feeling. So what I want you to do is write a letter to your mum, sit down and write down all the feelings you felt as a child when she would do what she did. Try and think of all the things and write down how that made you feel, and write down how that makes you feel even now, and what it's resulted in now as an adult in your relationships, and decide that you're not going to be that girl anymore. If you want your question answered, you can ask your Ask Loz question by filling in the form on my website, or you can get Worthy AF for Love, my new love course. You can manifest your specific person to be the way you want. If they're turning up like a dick like this guy is, you can change him with your dominant thinking that you are special and committed to and enough, and they will change because they're simply reflecting you. They're not changing, they're reflecting you guys. And when you get that, everything will change. So guys, ask me your question or get Worthy AF for Love now, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.